My name's Nick Jankel. I am a very experienced keynote speaker, motivational, inspirational, transformational, and in this short video I want to introduce you to my latest keynote speaker topic about the many rich and rewarding opportunities in the inevitable hybrid workplaces of now and the future. Opportunities for more well-being, more engagement, a stronger alliance, and therefore more innovation, more trust, and business transformation. But it's not going to be easy to get there. Now, the hybrid workplace, the workplace of now, which is a mix of people working in your office, at home, and on the road, either in cafes, restaurants, co-working spaces, or sales, ops, doing things in the supply chain, etc., has long been on the cards. And the pandemic has accelerated and amplified a shift that was already there in my keynotes about the future of work and about how to develop transformational teams. And the pandemic has also brought new facets and qualities to the hybrid workplace. And lots of fears, lots of worries from staff surveys are showing a loss of collaboration, a loss of connectivity, a lot of trust, worries about not being seen if they're not in the office all the time, not being paid as much of people who show up. However, I want to show how these threats, these risks, these worries can actually be transformed into a healthier and more creative and more effective workplace where teams have had breakthroughs into new ways of working, new forms of culture, through the work of leaders, managers, and team members to really create a hybrid workplace that works. Now, I can go into the neuroscience of this, the neuro leadership of this, some of the emerging facts, figures, and statistics on the ground, and some of the really interesting experiments different organizations and different companies are doing. But in this short video, I just want to leave you with four ways of thinking, four challenges, four lenses for everyone to think about how to make the hybrid workplace work for themselves, for their colleagues and team members and co-workers, their reports, their employees, and the supply chain, vendors, partners, everything. So these are the four S's of transformational teams in a hybrid workplace. The first S is surprising, actually. I think it's about being situated, helping people feel situated. And for me, that's both a physical thing around, even though you might be working on the road or in your own house, how do I help you feel rooted in a place? So it's not all confusing and chaotic, because that kind of, those feelings of confusion, chaos, dislocated, unrooted, actually cause people to go into stress. They become less creative, less agile. But also, how do you help people feel grounded, situated, grounded in purpose, in meaning, in some form of culture and value system that gives them a sense of stability and purpose. The next one is actually all about stability. So stability for me includes emotional safety, psychological safety, feeling like we're in it together, but it also includes things around managing the noise, managing the chaos, managing the bureaucracy that affect us so much, that cause us to go again into overwhelm and into stress. So how do we help people feel stable? Because from stability, emotional, mental, and physical stability comes radical agility and all that fluidity and flexibility you want people to have. The third layer is how do you make people feel supported? So this is both practical and emotional again. So how do you empower them? How do you coach them? How do you use emerging technologies that can reach people, but do it in a respectful way, so they're not always on, they're not always feeling like someone's there, someone's managing them, that they're exhausted. So how do you use Slack and WhatsApp and Yammer and Zoom and Teams to empower, to coach, to support, to show people that you're there when they need you to be, but they're also being respected to be autonomous and self-organizing when they're not. So things like check-ins, check-outs, virtual coffees, these are going to all really help, and there's a whole bunch more. And then the final S is about significance, helping people feel significance no matter where they are, whether they're in their pajamas at 7 a.m. in a time zone totally different to the one you are in, or whether they're leading a workshop in the physical office. They all feel equally significant, autonomous, respected, seen, heard, and valued, without letting it to become a free-for-all. So how do we create safe spaces that are not soft and that still have edge and boundaries, where people start to show up with their responsibilities and duties, as well as get their new rights and gifts of this emergent, flexible workplace. And that's how we can then build more well-being, more resilience, less stress, less behavioral and cognitive issues, and mental health issues. We can get more engagement with people, more trust, a bigger sense of an alliance between manager and worker. And most importantly, we can get people working creatively, innovatively, and adaptively to deliver the business transformation that every organization has to deliver to make sense of the fast changes, not just from the pandemic, but from climate change, disruptive technologies like AI, and massive generational changes. So I hope that's been useful, and I hope I can see you soon.